Hey everybody, hope you're all doing well. Been about a week or so, I guess, since our last little video lesson here, and thought we'd check in again and do something. And this one will involve playing your instrument. We can all kind of play along together, but on our own, because you'll never know if anybody else is playing with you or not. But got everything set up here where I can turn on a metronome and give you a count off, and we'll all kind of go. Today, we're going to learn about and play through Alfred the Alligator. Alfred the Alligator is actually a choir warm-up that we just kind of happened across on a YouTube video once. And Miss Elliott and Miss Grossman use it with the choirs fairly frequently, I believe. If you've ever been in the choir room, there's a little stuffed alligator that sits on top of the piano often. He's kind of the choir mascot. He's named Alfred. But there are tons and tons of things we can do with this. It's great with just playing in a key in general. There's arpeggios, there's scale patterns, there's multiple tonguing, there's 16th notes, there's awkward syncopation, just all kinds of things you can do, and that's without even adding anything on your own. So we're going to go through this together here in just a minute, but first I thought it might be fun to sing you the lyrics so that you know the words and you know who Alfred is and why there's a song about him. Have you ever been to the water spout, way down to the bottom of the water system? There you'll find a little alligator who goes by the name of Alfred. If you do, he's mine. I lost him. I threw him down the water spout, and now I'm feeling lonely 'cause he's gone. I miss him. So there you go. That's Alfred. Poor guy got thrown down a water spout, whatever that means, and whoever's singing about him really wants him back, even though that person threw him down a water spout. Anyway, it's a great little exercise. The choirs like it, and like I said, it can be a great thing for us to just kind of learn how to play on our instrument. You'll notice that on your sheet, it's there twice. The first time is just totally bare bones, the notes and rhythms, and absolutely nothing else except for a starting dynamic of mezzo forte. The second time, there's other stuff thrown in, articulation, markings, dynamics, just to add a little more interest and give you more to pay attention to. And it's obviously something that you are welcome to put in your own stuff. If you want to just spend the whole time working on playing staccato or playing accents or playing piano or playing forte or crescendoing and decrescendoing every two measures or doing the opposite, you can take this exercise, do whatever you want to do with it, or you can learn to transpose it in all 12 keys. Let's play through just the first 8 measures, the one without any other instructions other than notes and rhythms, just to make sure that we have it down. I'll turn the metronome on here. It'll be 8 clicks, and then you're in. And you might want to take a big breath. 1, 2. One thing I'll point out to you, if you take a look at measure 5, here's measure 5 to the downbeat of measure 6. And it's really just a matter of having to pay attention. So obviously, that first quarter note is beat 1. Since that quarter note takes up a full beat, beat 1, that 8th note is 2. Yes, that's correct. So the first 2 things in that measure are 1, 2. The first one's a quarter note. The second one is an 8th rest. Now that 8th rest is half a beat, and then right after that is an 8th note again. So that 8th note is the and of 2. So you have a little bit of syncopation here. And then after that, the next 8th note is 3, and the next quarter note is the and of 3. Since it comes in on an and, that means it also takes up beat 4. And so that last 8th note is the and of 4, And then obviously the downbeat of the next measure is 1. So 1 and 3 and 1. A little bit awkward, something to think about, but as long as you know how to count it, shouldn't be a huge problem. And you also have it at the very end in measure 5 and also in measure 8. Okay, so now we're going to try the phrase that has dynamics, has articulation markings, lots of articulation markings, accents, slurs, tenuto markings, staccato markings, sometimes staccato markings and accents put together, lots of crescendoing and decrescendoing. And we're going at quarter note equals 96 here. You can obviously work on your own slower. I encourage you to do so to make sure you can get everything in and then work on speeding it up from there. But we're going to give it a shot. Alfred the Alligator with all of our dynamics coming in pickups to measure 11. 1, 2. So like I said, there's a lot that goes on there, and you really don't have much stopping. It's a lot to process in a short amount of time, but again, feel free to practice it on your own as much as you want, and see how good you think you can get it. If you feel really good about it, you can even record yourself, put it back on the Google Classroom for us to see. No one can see it but you and me and Mr. Cox. If you feel like doing that, awesome. We'd love to hear it. If not, just enjoy working on Alfred the Alligator, and I sincerely hope we get to see you soon. Have a good night.